Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a brand new episode titled Ly Tham on Va Luoi Dao, Gratitude and the Blade. This is one of those stories that starts soft and warm but slowly pulls you into a web of secrets, gratitude and hidden motives. Stick around till the end because that final cliffhanger is going to leave you needing the next episode immediately. Picture this: early morning light sneaking through the cracks of a tiny wooden house right beside the forest. Smoke curls lazily in the air as Thắm and her soon-to-be husband try to get the fire going. He's fumbling with the wood, a little embarrassed, and asks in that warm, deep voice, "Why isn't the fire lighting, honey? I did it the right way." Thắm just smiles softly and teases him gently. "Maybe you put too much wood in." Their eyes meet, and in that simple moment, you can feel the fragile warmth between them. Life hasn't been easy, but right now, in this little house, there's real love. He looks at her with so much care and says, "These past few days, seeing you smile more has made me feel at ease. You're doing better now. I don't want you to worry anymore." Tham's voice trembles a bit as she answers, "Worrying about you is normal. You're my future husband after all." They decide to make a simple breakfast of instant noodles together. He turns on the charm. "What do you want to eat today? I'll eat anything as long as we eat together." Thắm laughs, "You're so smooth talking." And he whispers back with a grin, "I'm only smooth talking with you. You're my wife." As they prepare the pot of water, their laughter mixes with the weak crackling of the fire. It's such a humble scene, but you can see the hope flickering there, just like that little flame. They're holding onto each other tightly, promising each other a better future, even though, right now, things are still really tough. The water finally boils. Steam fills the small house with the simple, comforting smell of noodles. They sit across from each other on an old chair, two hot bowls on the table. He carefully cracks the last egg into the bowl and says affectionately, "Let me crack the last egg so we can eat noodles." Tham's eyes sparkle with that fragile hope even after everything she's been through. They eat together, and you hear those sweet, "my dear" words over and over. "Eat up, my dear. Eat slowly. It's so delicious. Eat a lot so you have strength," he keeps telling her, clearly still worried about her health after she recovered. Thám replies with real gratitude in her voice, "I think so too, my dear. I'm so full." For a moment, the warm atmosphere pushes all the outside worries away. But after the meal, his tone shifts as he gets ready for work. "I'm going to work early today. There's a lot to do. You've just recovered. Don't go anywhere else. Leave the heavy work at home to me. Don't do anything else." Thám nods, touched by how much he cares. He gets even more serious. "Stay home. Don't go into the forest, and don't carry anyone anymore. I'm serious. If anything happens to you, I won't be able to bear it." She promises to be careful, her voice shaking with emotion. Before he leaves, he reminds her one last time, "Drive carefully." You watch him go, and Thám stands there alone, looking after him with eyes full of both happiness and a quiet unease. It feels like something is about to change. Now the scene cuts sharply. We're in a cold hospital room, or maybe a quiet, dim space. Thang slowly wakes up after the accident, his head still spinning. He sits up hands shaking as he checks the design blueprints and important contracts. Relief washes over his face when he realizes nothing major is lost. Luckily, I didn't lose the design blueprints yesterday. If I had, I don't know how the company would have handled it, he mutters. Memories come flooding back. The woman in country clothes who saved him. I don't know who she is, but she was so reckless. If it weren't for her, I don't know what would have happened to me. Gratitude hits him hard, and he makes up his mind right there. Such good people are rare these days. After saving someone, she even left her name. At least I have to meet her to thank her. I must find her. At the same time, in another corner of the village, Tham's mother sits alone. Her heart feels heavy with pressure and loneliness. She can sense how people look at her now. Everyone's looking at me like I'm a bad person. Tham avoids me. Tin is suspicious, and Quynh looks at me like an enemy. Even though they push her away, she tells herself, even if they hate me, I'm their mother, so what can I do? She decides she has to go over there more often, to see how they're living and to hear what's happening. I'm their mother. I care about them. What's wrong with that? While light rain falls outside, a vague plan starts forming in her mind. It's a mix of real concern and her own calculations, and you can already feel the tension building underneath everything. Part 2. Word count 1097. Tham stands alone in the quiet house after he leaves, still feeling the warmth of his words, but there's a small shadow of worry in her eyes as she starts cleaning up. She wipes things slowly, her gaze drifting toward the patch of land outside. Maybe we should clear the grass a bit, she thinks to herself. After clearing the grass, we can plant some vegetables and raise a few chickens. Life will probably be better later. The light wind moves through the overgrown path, almost whispering about the hard days still ahead. Yet Tham holds onto that quiet dream of a peaceful life where they won't have to struggle so much. As long as we can live peacefully, she tells herself, we can endure any hardship. Meanwhile, Than has left his resting place, driven by a strong urge to find the person who saved his life. He walks through the village paths, carrying her image in his mind, stopping to ask the locals, "Excuse me, sir, do you know this girl?" The man simply shakes his head and says he doesn't know. Than doesn't give up. He keeps going under the sun or light rain, determination clear on his face. Finally, he reaches the market area and asks again. "Excuse me, ma'am, do you know this girl?" The vegetable seller nods right away. "Oh, I know her. She sells vegetables around here. She lives at the end of the village. Her name is Thắm." Than's face lights up with relief. "Oh, really?" He thanks her warmly and continues on his way, his heart feeling lighter now that he has a clear direction. These two parallel stories are quietly moving closer together. One side filled with Tham's simple hopes for a stable future, the other with Than's deep gratitude, creating invisible currents of fate in this small village. Than finally reaches the house at the end of the village. His heart beats faster as he stands in front of the simple wooden door. He knocks gently. When Thám opens it, her eyes show surprise, but also a warm welcome. Are you feeling better? Thanh asks, his voice full of emotion. Tham smiles softly and replies, Yes, thankfully you were here. They step inside together, and a calm, respectful atmosphere fills the small space. Thanh sits down and places a bag of fruit on the table. I bought some fruit for you, he says. Tham thanks him humbly. He asks about her wound, and she tells him it still hurts a little, but she's okay. Thanh then recounts the frightening moment. The doctor said it would have been dangerous if you hadn't brought me here in time. I was so scared then. There was no one on this road, that's why I helped. Tham answers modestly. Anyone in that situation would surely try to save her. Thanh looks at her with sincere admiration and says, It's rare to find a kind person like you these days. He asks gently about her life, and Tham shares that she lives with her soon-to-be husband, and their wedding had to be postponed because of some matters. Thanh introduces himself properly. My name is Thanh. I currently work in construction, in charge of engineering. He explains how the accident happened while he was surveying the site. With deep emotion, Thanh thanks her not just for saving his life, but also for protecting the design blueprints, the company money, and those important contracts. If I had lost them, I wouldn't know how to explain it, he says. He offers her gifts and money as a token of gratitude, but Tham shakes her head firmly. I can't accept it, she tells him. In that quiet moment, Than's genuine sincerity meets Tham's strong self-respect, creating a beautiful yet delicate flow of emotions, like two underground rivers, slowly finding their way to connect inside the humble little house. Thang eventually stands up, still carrying complicated feelings from their honest conversation. He looks at Tham one last time and says in his warm voice, I have to go now. Drive carefully. Tham replies softly, her eyes showing fragile gratitude. As Than steps out of the house, he's still touched by her rare kindness and thinks to himself, a girl like that is truly kind. Suddenly, a voice calls from behind, Oh, sir, sir. Tam's mother appears, walking quickly toward him with a mix of curiosity and hidden calculation in her tone. What are you doing here? Who are you? Why are you here? Than is surprised but stays polite and answers, Yes, I came to thank Miss Tham. She saved me the other day. Tam's mother looks him up and down, secretly thinking, this young man seems promising and could be useful. She introduces herself smoothly. Oh, and you are… you're a construction engineer, right? You're not married? Than answers honestly. Then she begins guiding the conversation with skillful sorrow in her voice. Tam is suffering so much. I'm her mother. It breaks my heart just looking at her. She lives alone in this house, enduring so much pain. She didn't have to live like this before. It's all because she trusted the wrong person. Than listens carefully, his face slowly showing concern and surprise. Tam's mother continues planting seeds of doubt, her voice low and heavy with emotion, as if carefully opening an old wound, pulling Than deeper into the hidden conflicts and quiet pressure swirling inside this family. She moves even closer to Than, her voice dropping lower, filled with calculated sadness as she reopens those deep wounds. She was deceived by Quynh. You know, she used to have a child. It's been a few months, but Quinn's mother wouldn't accept it. and forced her to have an abortion. Than's expression changes to shock and sympathy as he listens. She keeps going, her voice trembling just enough to seem real. She's suffering so much, she's in so much pain, but she trusted Quynh too much, and they just sweet-talked her. You're an outsider, so you don't understand. I'm her mother, so I understand her best. Than stays silent, deep empathy growing inside him for the pain she describes. Tham's mother brings it to a close with perfect timing. She needs a truly kind person now, not just empty promises. I can't help much either. If she really needs it, you should help. She hands him a piece of paper with her phone number. Here's my phone number. Save it. Than saves the number while she adds quietly, if Tham wants to find out anything, just contact me. A heavy feeling settles over the village path in that moment. Mrs. Huong smiles secretly to herself. Her plan to use Thang to create a rift between Tham and Quynh becoming clearer with every word. Than walks away, carrying a storm of complicated thoughts, while she stays behind, staring toward her daughter's house with cold, distant eyes. Two completely opposite emotional worlds, Than's honest kindness and the mother's deep, scheming intentions, crash together powerfully, opening the door to intense psychological turning points filled with pressure, regret, and the tiniest threads of fragile hope in this small village story. And that's where we leave things for today. Will Than reach out to Tham's mother? How will this secret meeting affect Tham and her soon-to-be husband? The blade hidden inside the gratitude is already moving. If you felt the tension rising, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next episode is going to get even more intense. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you trust the most right now? See you in the next one. Stay tuned.